like kind of investments, any changes at Chelsea for a just to welcome Enzo Maresca is serious because like literally 8 new people and about Chelsea backroom staff for Enzo Maresca just with respect to say they can give him depth any quality in the backroom staff now. And for me, they are a money mind-boggling in my opinion. Just the depth in terms of the specificity of the roles that will be at the BEM. Almost every single person or the backroom staff of Enzo Maresca as a new Chelsea manager. No? Obviously, he's coming in with a specific role. There were 8 of them, don't forget. And everybody, like I'm saying, a Juma, like a specific job or Babaye. And it's so detailed. And I think that for me, that speaks to how detailed Enzo Maresca is. The first assistant, the second assistant, 2 goalkeepers trainers. There's one other goalkeepers trainer, Ben Roberts, a former already no Mauricio Pochettino team, and he's the like de facto goalkeepers trainer with Chelsea. He's part of the play goalkeepers trainers at Chelsea for Kofafi Brighton. By mind you, there's going to be Bernardo Cueva and so on. Then Enzo Maresca and Casa assistant. In there, there's Willy Caballero, former Chelsea goalkeepers trainer, Chelsea goalkeeper. We need a Champions League under Thomas Tuchel. Played in that FA Cup final at Chelsea and team winning against Liverpool, and that is the depth in there. There are about 4 of them are Mebubo I thought it's specifically the kind of job on here for Enzo Maresca, and for me, I think Chelsea just want to get it right, and all of these things happen time and now. Enzo Maresca Babishia Chelsea sporting directors. He was very clear the kind of players he wants in there. He was very clear the kind of players or person, the kind of backroom staff or person and why he wanted to bring them. He was very clear, say with Ben Roberts, he wanted him there still and for a specific job because he already has a goalkeeper's trainer and person on Juman already. But then for Ben Roberts, he wanted him there for a particular job. Enzo Maresca obviously. It's an 8-man backroom staffer. Extra 2 babe can 10 will be on a specific job, including a lead analyst, a liaison on the link of the junior team to the senior team to try and get some of the junior boys into the first team. They're very, very important. Just before we go on, sending our kind of hi Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, say, subscribe here, do also you pause the video and subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. Share link and also more, share it in any group, any sports group, any football group, especially Chelsea group, and share to have a lot of very good conversations. There's the breaking with respect to Chelsea and Enzo Maresca, the backroom staff at Chelsea for them. But already we know we have the here we go about the next Chelsea manager, but there are details and I'm but before I go on, the other things I'm a person may tackle first on the Chelsea front into the free other areas. Then once we get to Chelsea and then straight the Enzo Maresca then account. And on a joke, there was the UEFA Conference League final, also in there at the AZ Alkmaar Arena. Boy, of course, it was between Olympiacos any team my friend Fiorentina. So this was the second final in the UEFA Conference League final for Fiorentina. I mean, in the 3 finals at Conference League, you have won 3 seasons. All 3 of them, they have been an Italian finalist. Mind you, Jose Mourinho, AS Roma, Echo, first one. They've won in there against Bayer for Leverkusen in the first final. Then there was the second one last season, so also Fiorentina, Echo Kobohon with West Ham United under David Moyes, the UEFA Conference League for the second season, and this season, of course, also, and it's another heartbreak for Vincenzo Italiano team. 3 finals since on the coach for Fiorentina, 1 in the domestic cup, 2 in Europe in the Conference League back to back. He hasn't won even a single one. The 3rd heartbreak for Fiorentina in a European final in there, especially since coach Vincenzo Italiano be a manager, and it was very, very heartbreaking game. Now Italiano was broken on the touchline. He couldn't do anything about it. But of course, Jose Mandeliba, the coach of Team Ayafreno Olympiacos, mind you, the coach for Sevilla last season, Mario Moje, the UEFA Europa League, and also went in there to play in the UEFA Super Cup in there. Very, very good coach. Mind you, before Mandeliba joining Sevilla, Sevilla were in a bad place. They needed somebody to galvanize the team and then go on and win. In the final in the Europa League, Jose Mourinho, AS Roma, boy, of course, he beat Jose Mourinho's AS Roma and won the Europa League in there. So Mendelibar has won again, this time for the Greek champions. Greek champions, no, Olympiacos have won. And of course, it tells you, say, the only goal of them, just by a goal to zero, is an Algerian goal scorer, a friend Ayoub El Kaabi. Ayoub El Kaabi has been brilliant in terms of he has played very well. And then Wayne Juman in there, everything that he wants to do, everything that he has done in there, he has shown all your quality in terms of goals and watching. Now he has scored more goals in the knockout competition for an African player ever. Of course, as compared to other European scorers, no, he has scored more goals than Cristiano Ronaldo. He has scored more goals than Abrantia, Yefreno, almost every other scorer. Benzema also, he has scored more goals than them in European competitions, and that is the quality of Abrantia friend Ayoub El Kaabi. Mind you, so Ayoub El Kaabi was with this Turkish side, and now Cristiano Achu a ball on time earthquake he was over there, and immediately that issues happened. He left there, went to go and play for Al Sadd in Qatar, and then this big move went for him at Olympiacos. Olympiacos had won the Greek championship, and they've gone on to win the UEFA Conference League in there. That is the job of Ayoub El Kaabi. He played some exciting stuff. He has been a poster boy for Team Olympiacos, and of course, Jose Mendelibar for Fiorentina. Not been a good season for them. It has been a bad one for them. Coming to the final twice. Vincenzo Italiano hasn't been a good one for him, and you are going to be sad for him. You lose the first one, 2-1 against West Ham United. This time, losing 1-0 in the dying numbers of the game, and it's been a sad one. Ayoub El Kaabi has broken the heart of Team Fiorentina, and they had to go away in the UEFA Conference League in the Team Olympiacos have won it in the 116th minute, and Jose Mendelibar. Mind you, in the Europa League, it was Abrantia friend Ademola Lookman that scored a hat-trick for Atalanta, and then this time there is Ayoub El Kaabi in the 116th minute, breaking the heart of every player, of every person from Florence in Italy. So it's a sad one for him, but good one for two African players. The Champions League is coming. There is Brahim Diaz, also an African player, next in there for Team IFN Real Madrid. He's going to play a huge part in the winning of the Champions League for Real Madrid against FC Dortmund. We wait to see on Saturday the big preview. I told you there's a sad story if we Spain here, but a very, very sad story. First one, and it's a brand friend Andre Lunin. This is a boy. He has been excellent for Team friend Real Madrid throughout the season. He has been impeccable in post. He has been the main guy, saved shots, led with example in post. He has stepped into the big foot of a brand friend Thibaut Courtois. Now the sad thing, if we Spain ever, and it's as it stands now, as you see here, can say Andrew Lunin has catch a cold. It's a flu, as they call it. And Madrid for believe if he goes to Wembley and as it comes to London with all of the Madrid players, he may infect some of the players in team. They are asking their medical team is asking our brand Papa friend Carlo Ancelotti not to travel with Andre Lunin as part of the team to go to Wembley or to go to London to start preparations. Maybe he may end up being imposed, but how sad is it going to be? Say Thibaut Courtois throughout the season, you've stepped in for him, you've been brilliant all throughout the season. Then when it mattered most, when the big day, the biggest day of your career comes to bear, you are sick and you can't travel with the team, you can't go to Wembley, you can't play the football there. It's going to be a very, very sad one for our brand here, friend Andre Lunin, the Ukrainian. But I'm sure he was going to fight it. He's going to try and push. But then mind you, every flu, every viral infection takes 7 days to completely heal before a doctor can clear you. So it's a sad one for our brand here. Yeah, friend, no. Andrew Lunin. So it means Andrew Lunin definitely may not be there in the Champions League final. That's going to be a very, very sad one for him. Now, let's get into the main thing. Sorry, I wanted to put all of these things together for you. First of all, big updates at Chelsea. Of course, there's been the announcement that Chelsea, a man of the Chelsea FC women, have gotten a new coach. Obviously, everybody in him say, Mamia, your friend Emma Hayes, has left Chelsea Football Club. Is going to join the USMT. Not the USMT, USWT. That's the United States Women's National Team. As head coach, Emma Hayes is going to take up that job. No, I watched Chelsea for a very long time. He has won the Barclays Women's Premier League for a very long time. She has been dominant 5 times in a row. That's top quality for Emma Hayes, and that job at Chelsea, left a big gap for anybody to come and step in. But I think the sporting directors have done a brilliant job in terms of a man ball, and then they've gotten the best person to replace my friend Emma Hayes. Now this woman is called Sonia Bompasta, Sonia Bompasta, a French national, no coach Olympic Lyon. Before say Sonia Bompasta, about Chelsea Germany, the French female team wanted her to come and coach the French female team. But Osidabi, she wants to go ahead and come to the English Women's Premier League and come and coach Chelsea Football Club because it's a big job to do after say my friend Emma Hayes FU. But this is the record of Sonia Bompasta. We're coaching with D1 Akama. We need 2 trophies, Champions Trophy twice, Champions League, 1 Coupe de France, 1 all for the Olympic Lyon women. 180 matches, we need 100. It means that in 180 matches, we lose just 18. 10, no, we lose just 18 or board draw 10, and we lose 8. That is some stellar record, even in women's football. And my friend Sonia Bompasta, Avery Leon to come and join Chelsea, man, as their new head coach in there. Now, another news for the Chelsea women is simple. Next season, what Clear Lake and Todd Bowley are planning to do, we say they want to make the women's team autonomous. Make autonomous nature say almost sponsorship and different investment in terms of stadium, maybe on ball or more analytics or more sporting directors, maybe on be different so they can gain their own revenue, they can get a lot of money, run their club as on its own away from Chelsea full brand. So men will have their own, and the females also have their own. That is the job Chelsea for person, and that's exactly what's the article which says that from next season, Chelsea women will have dedicated resources, management, and then commercial leadership, which will be focused solely on growth and success of the women's team. So dedicated leadership, management, and then commercial leadership. So their sponsorships, their leadership, their sporting directors, their management, and then they want growth and successes in there. Some more because in her highest, the shoes that she has left is huge to fill. And Sonia Bompasta, who has beaten Chelsea in the Champions League semi-final, in there is going to take over as the next coach for Chelsea. Man, now the big one. So I was telling you, say Chelsea for 1 year some brilliant things, and I think say it's in order. You see, Makania say so we share Enzo Maresca. There are a lot of reasons why he's going to fail at Chelsea, or there are a lot of reasons why he may not succeed. That's the best way to put it. And I think it's make us say, okay, share Enzo Maresca. Last season, the jump between the Championship and English Premier League, Vincent Kompany using Burnley has proven to show say, a huge steep. And it's a steep that you can't just use one season to cover that ground. Again, and we compare Enzo Maresca coming to Chelsea because he has worked under Josep Guardiola before. He's part of the City Academy group of coaches now. Grooming with time with Cyril Ball, in that article with Times a couple of months ago. They intentionally did that to get some of the best coaches. And it is true. Tactically, theoretically, some of the best minds Albina is Enzo Maresca. Enzo Maresca, a football pieces. In his thesis, he titled it at the Coverciano, and I say Italy for headquarters of football. It's called the Coverciano. And over there, Enzo Maresca titled his thesis Football and Chess. Football and chess. So it's essentially the relation of football and then chess. As I say, as a football manager, you need to have the mind of a chess player, when to make a move, how to move your players, because essentially your player is not parked like a pawn on a chess table. How are you going to move all of those people on the chessboard? And that's the thesis of Enzo Maresca. So in terms of tactics, he's there. But the difference is that, so we show Enzo Maresca, now we show Arsenal Football Club, one of the things that people don't talk about isn't just the experience Arsenal for that, but essentially the structure behind Mikel Arteta. And the same way, Makane several times said, if you're looking at Mikel Arteta, the first person you see is somebody that we call Edu Gasper. And Edu Gasper, or Arsenal, and they said he will liaise with Mikel Arteta. Arteta doesn't have final say. So, of a player, he tells you position of a player, and if you Gasper goes to do a research with a team of analysts and scouts, they bring a list of players, maybe a 10. They have a round table. They discuss okay, player way in super to same, player way on the field of play to same. Does he have a good physical, mental attitude? And Edu Gasper has said in an interview this thing. That's okay. Sometimes it isn't just about say prefer player we have, but even mental, psychological, emotional, some players can show before we can bring them in or not bring them in. And so that's the structure. And it's something like that Chelsea person will build it. Again, in Jurgen Klopp's early seasons at Liverpool, when he succeeded, It was because the structure behind him was near perfect. And every time Ibiana, even also in the media, they had a very good PR team to deal with him because you want to shield your coach, you want to give him the peace of mind to job work because you know, say in the short term it may not work, but long term there's going to be successes for you, and that's what they are expecting our Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea want to build a structure, and it's in this structure and on the 8 or so backroom staff. Babeka, the backroom staff of our brand Papa, friend Enzo Maresca, with a specific job. Will be a specific job. Be very careful. Just job specificity. Will be a job in very lappy. Remember, we just physical trainer. You do the fitness and physical job. It is a little bit different from Mauricio Pochettino. None of the assistant coach, also the fitness trainer. No, they felt that there were job overlaps. They want people to focus on specific things. They deliver. That's going to be your KPI. It is our partner in Kuya, and we ask you questions about that. And that's exactly near Chelsea for a person. And these are the list of coaches now. Chelsea for the Omopa as the next set of coaches in the backroom staff for Papa and Enzo Maresca. 8 of them, possible to have a count 10. These are their names. And first of all, Oshe Enzo Maresca team, not only Leicester City. It was a very, very good team, by the way, all behind him, and then they did a very good in terms of successes in there. And Enzo Maresca obviously is going to come in terms of the list, the first one, A&E assistant manager, former Chelsea goalkeeper about your friend Enzo Willy Caballero, and Willy Caballero obviously a Argentine, 42 years of age, or a very good sounding board because he has played at Chelsea before. He knows Chelsea, he knows what to expect from him, or some very good innovative ideas, and he has also had a very good thesis in football, and they believe he's going to be an important player for important member of Enzo Maresca backroom staff. Now then, the main assistant to Enzo Maresca, the friend Danny Walker. Now Danny Walker is also part of the young coaches at City for Estati Somu Gumi, and he's one of the brilliant coaches who was part of Man City's assistant when Enzo Maresca was at Manchester City, and he's a very, very top guy, young guy, very hungry. He's a specialist, and in there, they believe that he's meticulous with players. Now, if you've watched Arsenal for All or Nothing video now, every time there's a guy called Jove, assistant coach to Mikel Arteta, in charge of set pieces, and there's another young guy called Miguel. Every time they meet the players, they do one-on-one sessions with them about positioning, one way, and that's going to be the main job tactically for Abrantia and Danny Walker, who's going to be the assistant. Every time they are going to Enzo Maresca, it's a right in the right hand man, Abrantia, Enzo Danny Walker as the assistant for him. No, Manchester City Academy name, where a specialist in working with individual players, like I told you. He's regarded as very meticulous in his approach, with a huge asset to Maresca's offensive work, or detailed when it comes to offensive work, to everything offensive. And Danny Walker, and so very good sounding board to Enzo Maresca, and then also meticulous with individual players. So that's the second person on the list in terms of assistant to Papa friend Enzo Maresca in there, like I mentioned to you. Then the third one, Papa friend Michel de la Bernardine. He has a French lineage, or a main goalkeeper trainer. Now, it's very interesting. No, listen to me very well. This is what is very interesting. The most interesting part of the conversation is here. Now, Michel de Bernardine, yes, or a goalkeeper trainer, but on your conventional goalkeeper trainer, because okay, the goalkeeping drill no chebo no. The Jumane say, see, okay, goalkeepers no embo in free. You can't say Enzo Maresca likes to play out from the back with short passes and then find to build up. Then he has his fullback inverted. Sometimes he wants his goalkeeper to be part of the back four or the back two. Once the fullback enters and there's three, he adds to make the back four. Then they have more players at the back to build up a lot of options. Now, Bernardine Ejuma Oye in Enzo Maresca backroom staff, they say Bernardine will now tell the players who are Fiifi also if it is Moise Caicedo or if it is James Niyivete, if it is Abrantia, your friend Marco Crea Niyivete, if it's Enzo Fernandez, they will receive born on the first turner. He will now teach these players the body orientation and the positioning to receive the ball, how to orient their body, which is very important. And my coaches at the highest level, football is down to some of these details, and it is in this detail. And Abrantia, your friend Enzo Maresca is bringing in Michel de la Bernardine as his assistant. He's going to be a goalkeeper's coach. Not goalkeeper's trainer, a goalkeeper's coach who, yes, Obama goalkeepers now are very good with their ball at their feet and also help the players in terms of positioning, which is critical to his appointment in the high energy, enthusiastic coach who is driven to improve technical and positional performance of his goalkeepers, as well as working with outfield players on their positioning so that they can receive the ball from the shot stopper. The Bernardine places high value in methodology. Again, it's about the body orientation and methodology and is regarded as a critical appointment. He will work closely with Ben Roberts-All on a junior Chelsea assistant and goalkeepers trainer or Chelsea that. He's still going to be there, a friend of Ben Roberts. He will deal the goalkeepers drills now. And then so my boy Bernardine, my boy Caballero, my boy Danny Walker, my boy so I mentioned 4 of them with the assistant of Enzo Maresca in there. So we'll go to the 5th one in terms of the assistant. Now it's going to be a fitness coach. I told you this isn't going to be like Mauricio Pochettino, the fitness coach is also really tactical drills. No. The fitness coach is simple. This time his name is Marcos Alvarez. Marcos Alvarez in there. Marcos Alvarez, and with grass-based approach. Now Marcos Alvarez fitness no ain't just in the gym, just with the ball, how to be fit with the ball, how to stay fit with the ball. Alvarez will work closely with Chelsea's head of performance, Bryce Kavanagh, who is going to be in charge of everything with the ball. One of his key tasks will be to improve availability. Now, last season, Chelsea players had a lot of injuries. And one of the key things that Chelsea's assistant manager is going to do, Marcos Alvarez, say he's going to improve availability. They are going to reduce the muscle injuries nearby now, so that these players can be there with their fitness and conditioning. Chelsea endured one of the worst injury records in the Premier League season last season, so that's going to be the first job, big job for Abrante and Marcos Alvarez as the fitness coach in Enzo Maresca's backroom staff. So that's going to be the 6th one or the 5th one for Enzo Maresca backroom staff. And then there's one guy he has been there for since the season ended. Your friend Bernardo Cueva, I told you about him. He's going to be the lead set piece analyst, lead set piece coach, especially in the defense. He is a tactical statistician, and Bernardo Cueva has a lot of experience working with Thomas Frank or Brentford. And I've told you several times, in terms of set pieces, the best teams in the English Premier League is not Man City. It's just last season and Arsenal back out. And Arsenal got their set piece trainer from Brentford. The best ones this time is the guys from Brentford and then Aston Villa. And Chelsea have gotten the best guy from Brentford. His name is Bernardo Cueva. And like they say, he's widely regarded as a leader in specific field. Having been brought to Chelsea from Brentford, he immediately joined the first team coaching staff, with Maresca having previously formulated plans on his own to bring set piece coach at Leicester City for the up-and-coming Premier League season. Cueva is expected to provide an elite coaching model that will provide support on both the team and individual level. So individual players can get good coaching. Sometimes they are playing set pieces. Some of the things that the players do are not good. You help them with that. And then there's another one called Javier Molina Caballero. He's going to be the analyst for Tima. Friend of Chelsea Football Club next season. Crucial cog in Mauritius team. He's interested in analysis, providing support of pre-match and then post-match analysis, and will work closely with Chelsea's existing data department in there. Caballero is going to do that job in there. And then finally, there's going to be a guy called Roberto Vitiello, on the developmental coach. The Chelsea young boys no more academy anymore. They will seek to merge them from the academy to the senior team. It's a huge preparation in terms of structure. To get Abrantia, your friend Enzo Maresca, to come. Structural changes just to be there. And Enzo Maresca looks like everything, Chelsea are doing everything in the right way to get him to settle in and do a good job. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, watch a video and do how they are. Then you need to subscribe to the channel, you need to turn on notification, and then share the link. God bless you for doing that to everybody. We'll share the link everywhere. I'm grateful to have had you here. Later in the day, we're going to hear from you. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Bye. Awesome.